Hey guys, Sableye here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are here featuring a really cool Trevenant Calyrex-Ice team out of Japan, and if you guys are curious, everything you need to know will be in the description about the creator, team report, everything, so make sure to check that out. With that, I say we jump right into things, guys, because I am super excited to get to use Trevenant. And we are going to find our first opponent of the day. It is going to be Adrian, and Adrian, what do you got for us? Please let us use Trevenant. I almost think I can, to be honest. I almost think I can. So the concept of this team is very similar to the Gourgeist team that I had built a couple weeks ago, where you go trick or treat, add the ghost typing, and then sweep with Calyrex Shadow. Now this is kind of the same concept, but you're gonna go in Trick Room now, and you're gonna go Forest Curse and then sweep with Glacial Lance. Right? Same concept, similar concept, just one extra turn to set up because you do need the Trick Room. Now, Trevenant is personally one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, so I really am going to probably try to force it into a few games, maybe where it shouldn't. But honestly, guys, the team is really, really cool, and I definitely wanted to feature it, so let's see if we can get some good games in today. Lunala Groudon, though, is very interesting. Like, it's one of those ones where Calyrex should be okay, but it's a little spooky because I don't really know how they're going to go about playing this. Like, obviously, Kyogre, amazing. Obviously, Calyrex Shadow, Calyrex-Ice, amazing. Trevenant isn't terrible if it actually succeeds in getting room up, but I think the best way to do that is to have Fake Out, but I don't want to lead Trevenant Instant and let the Thundy get the boost. Now, are they bringing Thundy into this? Perhaps. It's not amazing, so I'm going to go Trevenant Instant, Calyrex Ogre. Now, do I think this is correct? No. But do I think I'm going to force the Trevenant in, and do I think I still have a chance to win? Also, yes. So, we'll see what we can get going here. I'd like to get a few wins on recording today. Let's get probably 3 games, but we'll see what we can do. Hopefully, I don't know. This is the first game with the team, so we'll see. Instant Earth, I cannot complain. I am Focus Sash, and they cannot fake out my Trevenant. So what I do here is I launch the Fake Out into the Incineroar, since I'm guaranteed. Actually, I can just fake out the Urshifu, because they have to fake out my instant to stop that from happening. So even if I'm the slower instant, which I believe I already am, but we'll see. We are going to Frisk, we are going to see Figgy Berry and Focus Sash, which is really, really good to see. And we do see that I'm the slower instant. So the way I look at this is I can fake out Urshifu, because the only way they stop me from faking out Urshifu is by faking out my instant. And if they fake out my Incineroar, they're not you know what I mean? They're not going for... They can't double up and kill my Trevenant this turn, which means I get Trick Room up. So we're going to get the Fake Out up, which is absolutely beautiful. Probably going to see some sort of dark move going... Oh, it is a parting shot. I am okay with that. We now have Trevenant in a fairly decent position. I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, I don't think we're in, like, the world's best spot ever, but if I can start adding some grass types to some things, maybe get the policy going on my Calyrex, this is still very winnable. Adding grass type to Groudon wouldn't be terrible here, because it would just let Calyrex decimate. What I want is something to die, right? So we've got Trick Room up. I want to put grass on something and let the other Mon die. I don't really necessarily want a Parting Shot, because that potentially lets Calyrex take too much. So I'm going to Forest Curse. We saw the Sash on Ursh. We know it's going to have Protect. I could also see potentially it switching out, but maybe, why would it? I'm going to add the grass type over there, and I think I'm just going to, I'm going to Flare Blitz the Ursh. Let's punish the Urshifu. I want the Urshifu gone. It's the one that threatens me right now. Obviously, I'm -2, so even adding grass type, Flare Blitz isn't going to do insane amounts of damage, but with the Sun and being stabbed, at least it should do a good chunk of damage, right? Also, the Forest Curse animation. Wait, that killed? Bro, the Sun is insane. Anyways, sure, we'll go with that. We'll take a free knockout. Groudon is going to SD, which does get a tad bit concerning. However, Trevenant kind of gaming. I cannot believe that actually killed. But it's fine. The Sun boost, I guess Sun plus stab. I don't know, we'll see. I guess super effective as well. But regardless, they're going to come back in with the Intimidate. Like I said, I want to add the grass typing. I'm going to add it to the Groudon here if they give it to me. I want my instant gone, but I want this Groudon to be in a spot where, yeah, it is going to die. Once again, not going to bother switching out. Just take the excess damage into the Groudon here. Actually, I'm going to Flare Blitz the instant to make sure that it's in max Quake range of my Calyrex. And we go from there. I think, anyways. I just want to get that extra little bit of chip damage onto it to make sure. I mean, at the end of the day, I should be sucker punching my Calyrex anyways for the kill, for the weakness policy boost anyways. But, and we'll see what they give me here. That's obviously max Groudon, right? Very easily to me, that is the option here. There's no doubt in my mind that's the case. Now they could either A, hit my instant and take me out, or B, try to take my Trevenant down and not have it work, right? You could see a fake out from their instant into my instant, so I can't parting shot, right? I am getting very greedy by not parting shotting off this Groudon right now, right? I'm just saying they're gonna kill me here, and if they somehow manage to stall out Trick Room, I'm in a little bit of trouble. But I think for the most part we should be okay here. I'm just happy Trevenant already did something. You know what I mean? I can stop forcing it into games now because it's doing something. Anyways, Darkest Lariat. I guess they don't want to take the recoil damage, so they're going to go for the Lariat. That's fine. Not going to take me quite the Sash, I don't believe. Yeah, no. And the Quake is going to go out into Shuka. They are +2, so I would be very shocked if I did manage to die. Sorry, if I managed to survive, excuse me. I could be going down from that, yeah. Especially after the Flare Blitz recoil and stuff. I'm okay with this, though, because this lets me waltz on in. I get my Calyrex in. And I have Ogre outside of Trick Room after this, right? I am going to quickly check the Ogre's speed. I am actually probably slower than the Groudon, so maybe Ogre is the better play right now, but I still think Calyrex is best. I already gave the Grass typing to this Groudon. A Max Hailstorm will just obliterate it. It is 4 times effective, and I can get the Sucker Punch boost as well. Now, I don't think Flare Blitz is going to kill me by any means. Groudon probably has Protect, so do I want to call a Groudon Protect and Quake an instant? That's basically the only question left, is do I want to call the Groudon Protect and Quake an instant? They do potentially have a Thundurus. It is more than likely going to be Lunala in the back as well. I don't hate quaking the instant here and just going for a Horn Leech into the instant to pick up any sort of extra chip. It also breaks a Sash on the... not a Sash, a Shadow Shield on the Lunala. So I'm going to Quake the instant. Groudon could Protect. It should know it's a Grass type. Maybe I'm overreading this scenario a little bit. Maybe I should just be going for Glacial Lance. But for right now, I don't think Groudon, despite being at +2, will be able to kill my Calyrex. So I should be able to get the instant down. And from there, I should be able to pivot around and be somewhat okay to kill Lunala and such. And it looks like they're going to stay in with the instant as well. So if they're min speed instant, this becomes the biggest issue. But I don't think they are because they were faster than my instant. So we should be safe to get this double up, kill the instant, but unfortunately they aren't going to go for the guard, so I could have had the free kill, which would have been super, super nice. But I guess that gives me an opportunity to take it next turn, so Max Quake, I'm going to come on out, going to kill off this instant. It should kill off this instant here. I'd be shocked if it managed to survive this, but yeah. So the instant's going to go down. We are going to get the +1. We are probably in room, I believe, for one more turn after this, which is a little shaky because they can just easily reset it. But I do get a Quake boost, and we're probably going to see a Rock Fall because they were going to Rock Fall and then have the sand chip kill my Trevenant, I would imagine. Just a Rock Fall. We are out of the sun, which isn't terrible here, but that does way more damage than I wanted it to. That was a little bit unfortunate. I didn't think that was going to do half. I know it was +2, but not being stabbed, I figured, you know what, maybe I'm okay here. But we are going to get our policy regardless here, but I really should have I really should have killed this Groudon. I really, really, really should have killed this Groudon. Lunala is going to be that last one. So the sand itself is going to break the Shadow Shield here. I believe there is one turn left to Trick Room. There is one turn left to Trick Room. Now they should double protect. Right? Now what is the better Mon for me to hit? The better Mon for me to hit is, I believe, going to... Grass doesn't resist rock, right? Does it? Because if grass resists rock, it's safe. But I don't think grass resists rock. So what I'm going to do here is I'm once again going to Horn Leech. And I want to max guard. I know it seems dumb. No, I'm going to Hailstorm. Because if they don't protect, I just kill the Groudon, right? I might as well take the Dawn. If they're going to give it to me, I'll take it. They probably should double. They should double. They should max guard and protect here. Yeah, they should double. They should do that. Definitely, that is by far their best play here. And what I'm going for now is that maybe a Sucker Punch from this Trevenant can kill off this Lunala. Because I should have Hailstormed the Lunala for the extra chip damage. I'm going to be sad now. But it's not the end of the world. it's not a great position to be in, but it's not the end of the world. So the problem is now that they're gonna rock slide, right? If they weren't gonna rock slide, this wouldn't be a concern at all, because I'd be able to survive with Trevenant, because the Moongeist Beam has to go into Calyrex here, right? They have to go after Caly to try and do something here. So I'm gonna attempt the Sucker Punch, but I'm minus a million, right? I don't think it's gonna work, right? Let me just double check that. I believe I'm minus like 3. Oops, wrong side again. There we go. -2. Yeah, so this is the problem now, right? Sucker Punch isn't gonna kill this Lunala because I am -2. I don't have much more of a choice though. I could go for a guard, which I don't hate because it forces them into the Calyrex for a future turn, which, I mean, gives me my best chance of winning, I think. Now, the Sucker Punch is going to go, obviously, never going to kill the Lunala there. I didn't expect it to. If I dodge a Rock Slide here, I guess that would have been another option for me to try and get Trick Room back up. But I don't like that option as much as I would potentially like the option of just Sucker Punching, maybe getting a crit, getting the Kyogre in and forcing them onto my Calyrex here. Now, to me, this is a little bit annoying. The fact that I am not fast Kyogre. Like, I am literally like, I literally hit 110. Like, had I had any sort of speed here, I probably outpace both. Just click Water Spout and win the game. But because now that I'm slower, I can't actually do that, and it's potentially going to be the reason I lose this game. Now, that's just me expecting my Kyogre to be faster and not having checked that earlier. I am going to Ice Beam the Groudon though, I believe, because it's guaranteed to kill, because it's ground, and they never got a Quake up, right? They went Rockfall. They did get one Quake, but I mean, it should still kill with Ice Beam into the Groudon here for that kill. And I believe I'm going to attempt a Glacial Lance if they give it to me, because it will just kill 2 things. So there's no reason to try and Trick Room. They should Rock Slide, or I guess they could just press with Blades, right? Yeah, they're going to P-Blades here. I needed that dodge or Kyogre to survive. Kyogre does survive, but it's not going to be enough, unfortunately, because like I said, we're slow Ogre. We're going to be faster than the Lunala, though, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to win this game. Groudon's even going to survive that thanks to the Quake boost. Going to get a berry back, and I definitely mismanaged my endgame here. No doubt in my mind I could have won this game. But I do think it was... Wait a second. The throw? Wait a second. Kyogre buddy. Kyogre buddy, be slower. Wait a second. There's no way I just win this game. No! No! They almost gave it to me too. You've got to be kidding me right now. The fact that they almost gave me that game was hilarious. That was insane. Like, they were definitely expecting my Kyogre to be faster, right? So they were going for Trick Room. It made sense. But in my opinion, they almost gave me that. So that honestly just me not expecting Kyogre to be that slow, which is 100% on me. My fault not reading the team report. But I do think that was a good game. Could have played that a little bit differently in the end. Like, I could have brought Kyogre in first rather than bringing the Calyrex in first. I could have just killed the Groudon as well with a max Hailstorm instead of expecting a max guard, right? Like, I really had no reason not to, right? If they were going to Parting Shot into it, and like if they wanted to guard and Parting Shot, I could have just procced my policy again the following turn. So I should have considered that a little bit better. I think I can do the same concept, honestly. I don't really see a reason for Seismitoad. I'm going to go back to the Trev instant. The only way this gets shut down is if they go Calyrex Charizard, and is that too scary for me? Obviously, I go my Rex and my Ogre. If they go Calyrex Charizard, is that game-changing? I mean, I could always max my instant out of that, so I don't hate it. So let's go for it. I don't think they will do that anyways. I could see the Calyrex being a lead, but I really don't see Charizard being a lead into this. So I think we should be safe to get one or the other. I don't think they're ever going to show me both. I guess Calyrex, beside anything that wants to max, would take down Trevenant, which is a little spooky. If they expect it or if they know the team, they will definitely do something along those lines. But I don't know. Something about me, something says they probably have better answers to Trick Room, but we shall see. It is going to be... Okay, this is bad. This is very bad. So what I'm going to do here is basically accept the fact that, hey, I'm not going to get Trick Room up. because you're probably gonna max. Do they max Venu in this scenario though? Like they'd be maxing Venusaur strictly to break a focus sash. And the question becomes, do they know I'm sash? It is weakness policy, so which one was weakness policy? Which one was the policy? And which one was the leftovers? I don't know what's going on anymore. Like I said, in my opinion here, they'd be maxing Venusaur strictly to... I'm gonna Sucker Punch. And just Lariat. Honestly, I'm just gonna get rid of this thing. It should take it out. If they don't go for it, they don't go for it. But I'm not gonna fake out the Venu on a potential chance that they're going to... I could have just clicked Trick Room. I literally could have just clicked Trick Room. So I think I found out which one the leftovers was, by the way. I found the leftovers. Instin's going to take a nap. The only good news is here is Instin's going to have a potential chance to wake up on the following turn, which isn't the end of the world here. Yeah, found the leftovers. So basically they just said go ahead and get Trick Room, which I don't necessarily agree with. I am still going to get it up now though, or I'm going to at least attempt to try it. Once again, I do have to break this substitute. There is no better option for me at this point. Yeah, and now I'm not going to get rid of it. So, I don't know how I call that on turn 1. I saw the leftovers, but I still don't think I ever expect substitute. Like, why would you not attempt to stop Trick Room there? I don't know. I guess they don't know. Like, here's my problem. I expect everybody to know what my items are all the time. So I'm like, oh, they're just going to break my sash and kill me. But they don't know that I'm sash, right? So maybe they're not considering the fact that I'm sash, right? So that's something I have to get a little bit better at. I know that, but right, I'm always under the impression that, yeah, they know what my items are. I'm going to die here, right? And then they just don't realize that I'm sash, and they're just like, okay. They're going to Vine last. Can Trevenant be good? Trevenant is amazing. Trevenant is the best Pokemon in the world. Unfortunately, Instant is going to remain asleep here. But Trevenant absolutely going to be a beast right here, surviving that, and that's something you love to see. Now, of course, the Vines, and I do need to find a way to break the substitute here. So I am once again going to Sucker Punch and Darkest Lariat. Now, they might protect this turn, but that's fine because the following turn I still just walk in with Calyrex. And if they don't protect and they give me the double up into it for a kill, we take those every single turn. They're going to not protect, but they're not going, and I'm still asleep. That's really bad. If I could have at least broken to disguise, that would have been nice. They are going to Quake for a special defense boost here. Instant, once again, going to survive. I mean, Instant's going to go down at the end of this turn, but they're not attacking. So what are they going to do? Will-O-Wisp with their Trevenant? Heal me up. They're going to reverse the room, aren't they? Oh, just a Wisp. Okay, they're going to Wisp the Trev. The Trev's going to go down, so we're going to lose both pieces here. This isn't terrible, but it's not amazing. This isn't terrible, but it's not amazing. Now, I could have just simply Horn Leech and tried to break the disguise, but I didn't think it would. Could have also just woken up and disguise also would have broke. So, I mean, I don't realistically care too much. Like, I got played turn 1, right? Like, whatever I do now is just trying to desperately pull myself back into the game. So that is my fault, right? I can't argue that, but the Will-O-Wisp in this couple turn sleeps is a little bit unfortunate, but I do think there is still an opportunity here. Obviously, weakness policy Venusaur can survive whatever they want to go for here. They haven't picked up a KO with the Calyrex yet. I think I'm gonna Hailstorm Water Spout, and I'm gonna Hailstorm into the. I have to get rid of the. I have no choice. I have to get rid of the Venusaur. If the Venusaur max guards here, I mean Calyrex isn't doing crazy damage to me right now. There's also a chance they don't max guard. There's options that they just don't guard here, which I think give me an opportunity. And there's options that they're actually going to switch that Mon out, which I'm going to be honest, I was not expecting here. Instant? They're going to bring in the Instant. Are they going to double switch here? I doubt it. They're behind a sub. Why? They have no reason to double switch, right? I personally wouldn't be double switching here. I could see a Protect, maybe stalling out a turn, but clearly they don't have it, right? They have no intentions of protecting. I mean, they haven't protected yet. I can't see them deciding to protect now. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll actually protect. I think if I'm my opponent, I'm Will-O-Wisping here. But I couldn't risk the Venusaur just dropping a straight up Vine Lash into my Kyogre. I'm also breaking the sub with this Water Spout, so would have been nice to break it with the Hailstorm Water Spout and get 2 KOs, but unfortunately I did not do that. So Water Spout's going to come on out, tip off the sub, and get rid of this instant. So it's not the end of the world, especially if they do just Astral Barrage or decide to miss the Will-O-Wisp, which would both of which would be I'd be okay with. Both of which I'd be okay with. Now it's more of a question of will they Wisp or will they Barrage. I feel like they're going to Wisp. They want to just hinder this. They definitely want to hinder my Caly, right? That's obviously their game plan, at least in my opinion. Yep, nope, they're just going to Barrage and give me my policy though, which is super, super clutch right here. And I'm not going to complain about that. I don't know what world I possibly could complain about that. That is very, very nice for me. The Hail's going to break off their leftovers here a little bit, and Trevenant getting Trick Room up might have saved me here. I'm going to be honest, there's potentially a chance that that's the reason I'm still in this game. So they gave me policy. The Vines are going to start hurting, of course. There is only one more turn of Trick Room, but we've seen Astral Barrage, Substitute, and Will-O-Wisp. Do they have Protect on Calyrex? Because we don't know. They haven't clicked it yet if they do, but I think if they have it, they're going to click it now. Now, why else would they want another attacking move, or would they want Protect? I feel like the way they're playing it with sub lefties, they would really desperately want Protect on that Calyrex. Right, to me, they're saying, you know what, I'm full support. I'll get my Astral Barrages off when I want to. They're going to bring in Groudon the Wish Granter here, which I'm okay with. I will Hailstorm once again to get back into the Hail. What do we got? 1 turn left of Rain? 1 turn left of Room, sorry, or 2? Because if there's 2 turns left of Room, then I think this is simple. This is Hailstorm Groudon for a kill, and Origin Pulse, I believe. It could actually be Hailstorm Calyrex and then Origin Pulse as well, which isn't terrible. The problem is if it's AV Groudon, that doesn't work for me, and I do think Calyrex is more likely to be the one with Protect. Because Groudon, I feel like, has a higher likelihood of being AV. So I'm going to hit the Dawn, but then that has to eat another Astral Barrage. I'm going to hit the Caly. I'm going to hit the Caly. Perfect. Okay, that's fine. Hailstorm's going to come out, get us out of the sun, kill off the Calyrex thanks to the weakness policy boost, and Origin Pulse hopefully going to be going before the Groudon since we are super slow Kyogre. Should be killing us at single target unless of course they are AV, which they very well might be, but I still think I made the correct play by hitting into the Calyrex there. Because if they are AV, I have a free kill on it next turn. Or this turn, even if they're not AV. We're going to get the O-Pulse. It is thankfully going to connect. How much are we going to do here? I didn't want to risk the Water Spout. This is not going to be enough, so I do think that is AV Dawn. I don't think any other Dawn lives that, but Predator's Blade is going to come out. I think I lose Kyogre to Vines, which I think is still game ending here. It's the last turns of Vines at least, but the problem is we lose Kyogre to it. Now, if I was out of max, this would be okay. The problem is I'm still in Dynamax for this turn. I think my best course of action, I have to call where the Protect comes. It was AV Dawn, so I think I Quake the Dawn and just try to survive 2 attacks from Venusaur. Now the problem is if Venusaur wants to Protect, I mean I kill Venu through Protect though, right? Because I'm like +3. I'm +2, so that should kill the Venu through Protect. And then it comes to a spot where but the thing is I have Trick Room. I don't have Protect, right? I think my best course of action is to just Quake off the Groudon. I really do. I mean, I'm risking a Sleep Powder, but I don't have a better choice at this point. I need Venusaur to Protect and try to survive. No, I could have... The thing is, I guess at some point I have to dodge an attack. Whether I'm dodging Sleep Powder here or somehow trying to survive 2 Leaf Storms, something has to be dodged. If I hit the Venusaur there, they're going to go P-Blades, right? So I have to dodge the Blades. Or I go this way and I try to survive 2 attacks. Now, is it like the likelihood of me surviving 2 attacks is very unlikely? But we do dodge that first Sleep Powder. And now we're in a spot where they have to hit another one. Once again, I just Glacial Lance because the moment my attack goes off, this game is over. So the Sleep Powder there was nice. Very good dodge. It was easier, more likely that I was dodging a powder than I was the other way. I don't think I was surviving 2 attacks though, had they just attacked into me twice. So maybe a little bit of a toss from my opponent. However, we are going to go back into this. Just start launch. They are going to sleep out. They are going to connect this one. Now, the thing is, I have 2 turns, right? We don't know how much damage they're really going to be doing into me. I do have that Quake boost, which is really nice. There's 1 turn of sleep. So if I can wake up right here, we're still good. Or if I can somehow survive 2 attacks. Obviously, I don't think they're super offensive because they are weakness policy. I do have a Quake boost. Their best move would be Leaf Storm. They're going to click it. They're going to connect. How much are we doing here? 76 down to 28, so I will die to another one despite them being dropped by -2. And I am still going to be fast asleep. So it does look as if we are going to lose this game off sleep turns. But I can't complain because where did I lose this? I mean, once again, turn 1. I tried my best off turn 1 and I just couldn't pull it back. I don't hate the team. They're going to Leaf Storm. They're going to connect again. They could have missed that. It was an option that they could have missed. Calyrex is going to survive on 3. Calyrex is going to wake up and get the Glacial Lance off to kill the Venusaur. What? Honestly? What? I can't believe I lived that. So I had 76. They brought me down to 28. That means it did 40. I guess if I based on math, yeah, it did what 48 points of damage. So it did 48 points of damage. So cutting that in half would do about mid-20s. So yeah, I guess it would have been a damage roll there. But the fact that we survived that and managed to wake up, absolutely insane. And we are going to continue battling for one more game today, guys. Exactly back where we started at 244. And honestly, I've been impressed with Trevenant. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that it lived the Astral Barrage plus Divine Lash on that opening turn was realistically super, super insane. Like, you can't argue that, you know? Like, that's disgustingly good. Okay. I feel like I have to go with the Seismitoad mode here. Like, I feel like I have to. I'm going to just double check the speed. I am not faster than Lucky. I don't necessarily need to be. Seismitoad breaks through Lando, breaks through Zacian. It's basically my best option here. Like, there's no reason for me not to lead Seismitoad. I think I'm actually going to go Seismitoad Amoonguss and bait them going into this slot. Right? I don't think they're going to lead Intimidate. I don't think they're going to bring... They might lead Zacian, but I think it's unlikely. I guess I could go Incin. Like, if I go I could go Incin Trev again and just go hard Trick Room mode. Like, who needs Seismitoad? But, like, Seismitoad is just so good here, right? Breaks to Incin, breaks to... It's too good not to break. So I'm going to go for something, not instant. I'm going to actually lead Weather straight up. I'm going to go Amoonguss to eat a Lightning if I need to. And they have no way to change the weather. I think I go Calyrex on the off chance that I manage to get the Trick Room up. I mean, Instant might just be better. Like, staying outside of Trick Room here. Yeah, Instant's honestly just better. So, we're going to go Instant here. So, we're no Trevenant, no Calyrex this time. But it is, I do still think this is probably the better mode we should be bringing here. Depends on what they lead, right? Because what I like about this team is in best of 1, yeah, you can go Trick Room mode, you can go offensive, hyper offensive mode with like the Seismitoad Rain. But more so than that, I like the fact that those multiple modes work in best of 3, right? You kind of force them to bring certain things to where they want to bring them. And this I don't mind. Because to me, I don't hate this. This is going to just be an Airstream into the Calyrex to let my Kyogre be faster. And I'm going to click Water Spout. And if Thundurus wants to take me down, Thundurus can go ahead and do so. I don't think they ever protect Calyrex. But the thing is, Airstream Calyrex, I don't become faster. And this is once again the main problem with the slow Kyogre. I'm not a huge fan of slow Kyogre, or I'm really not. And this is what I like. Personally, Kyogre is one of my favorite restricted to utilize. But for me, I find it hard to use it on a fast mode and a room mode because you want it to be fast for the fast mode. But you also want it to be slow for the slow mode, and it's really, really difficult to balance. So I don't fault the builder here for trying to primarilize the Trick Room modes. Right? You can't. Right? We're gonna Airstream, and I'm actually gonna protect. I can't protect. We're just gonna say they're not gonna hit me. We're gonna say they're gonna hit the Seismitoad, or they're gonna Airstream to try and outpace the Seismitoad. This is what we're gonna bank on. They're not hitting Kyogre here. This is okay. This is what I've decided. They're just not gonna hit Kyogre now. My main concern right now is this is something along the lines of Grass Move Calyrex, and I'm just gonna get my Seismitoad blown back. There's a chance that they Airstream, there's a chance that they don't Airstream. There's a lot of opportunities for different things to happen right now. It's all very concerning for me. You know the Thundurus is gonna Dynamax. No doubt in my mind here. I could have Geysered it, But I do think getting Airstream up is the better option. I can't switch in Instant straight up, and obviously Amoonguss isn't a very good switch in either, man. I mean, it would live the Max Lightning, but if it goes for Airstream, calling that switch in, because what else would they do, right? Like, I feel like they want to go for the Airstream and they want to keep their speed. So we're going to Airstream here, but this is where having Fast Ogre would be super, super nice. Obviously, we are super bulky, so if they are something like AV Thunderous, we even might survive, but I think it's super unlikely for that to be the case, but we'll see what they go for. Maybe they Trick Room with the Calyrex. I doubt it. There's the Astro Barrage. Does way too much damage to the Seismitoad. And they are going to Airstream, so I'm okay with this, honestly. Ogre is going to survive on 3. I don't know who created these EV spreads, but living on like 2 or 3 HP this entire episode has been insane. Opals is going to come on out, going to do massive damage, going to take out the Calyrex, and because Seismitoad Airstream, Seismitoad is still faster than the Thunderous to allow me to kill it this turn with a Geyser. I don't know what comes in here. It's going to be the Zacian. Now, this is a tough option for me because I do really want Zacian gone, right? Now, I think I'm safe if I Geyser into you and pivot into Instant. I think that's super safe because this should allow Zacian to not kill my Seismitoad, and I'm killing Thunders, so I don't have to care about the fact that it's going to potentially get the +2 here or +1 here because I don't care. It's die, right? And if it guards, Zacian's not killing me, and then I have Fake Out kill the Thunders the following turn. And I'm still super, super safe here. So I think this is arguably my best bet possible. Yes, they get Defiant, but I don't care because Seismitoad is just faster. And Seismitoad gonna get the Geyser off. Down goes Thunderous. And now we're in a very, very phenomenal position, right? There's nothing crazy here. Thunderous is gone. Goodbye. And yeah, I mean, I like to think this is a good spot for us. Like, they're going to go Behemoth Blade into my Seismitoad. I don't think Seismitoad is going to die. And at this spot, I mean, Seismitoad has a free Max Quake into the Zacian. I will survive, as I mentioned, thanks to the Intimidate. And I don't know what they have in the back, but whatever it is going to get faked out as I Quake the Zacian. They have to protect the Zacian, but then I'm still faster next turn. It's going to be the Instant, so this gets a little shaky. But, I mean, I still go Quake into Zacian here. There's no doubt in my mind that that's what I go for. Because they can't stop the Quake. The only way they live the Quake is with a Protect. So, I go for the Fake Out into you. They might also consider the fact that, hey, Seismitoads are normally physical, but they're actually just going to cancel the battle right there. And, honestly, seeing that Seismitoad mode work was shocking to me. I'm actually super, super shocked that Kyogre lived that. Probably a lucky roll, I'm going to be honest. But hey, the EV spreads were working today. We had the Trevenant survive. We had the Calyrex survive. We had the Ogre survive. Nothing on this team died, and I absolutely loved it. But honestly, guys, thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Once again, everything you do need to know about the creator of the team is in the description down below. With that, guys, I am going to get on out of here, and I will catch you guys in a future video.